Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about your Etsy shop and getting ready for the holidays. It's that time of the year, it is September already, and we are all looking forward to our holiday sales season. I'm going to give you my 7 best tips to help prepare your Etsy shop for the holidays. Tip number 1 is planning. As everybody in the business world knows, the holiday sales season has the most potential to really drive a lot of sales for your business. And most businesses make a lot of their revenue during those 3 months. When it comes to planning, a lot of people start planning for your next holiday season right when your last one ends. Now, personally, I tend to do a little bit of planning in the beginning of the year when I'm kind of setting out my plan for the entire year, but I do the majority of it during June, July. Kind of sit down, look at my sales data from the previous year and see, hey, what did really well, what didn't, what kind of leftover stock do I still have if I have any of it, and where am I going to go from there? So I kind of know right away, hey, I got to make a lot more of these particular products. For me, they tend to be these tarot card ornaments. These tarot card ornaments have done super well for me. So I really have to make sure I have an absolute ton of them this year. So I've already been working hard on printing them, and I want to get them listed in my shop ASAP. Now, the other part of that is also planning any kind of collections. So I also do electroformed and silver jewelry. So I do want to make sure that I have jewelry planned out and kind of like either a holiday theme. So right now I am working on a silver collection that is kind of a fall Halloween theme. So that's perfect there. And I will probably do another electroformed and another silver collection to kind of close out the year. Tip number 2, list your holiday merch. Sometimes you hear people are waiting till October to list their Halloween merch and, till the end of November or December to start listing their ornaments. If you have walked into a Michael's or a Lowe's and you already see the Halloween decor out everywhere and the Christmas stuff is already showing up in stores, and we are 4 months out from Christmas here. So you want to make sure your merchandise is listed early. Personally, my Halloween stuff gets listed right around August, unless I kind of see there's a real spike in demand in July. I might list it even earlier, but I tend to start listing in August. And then September, I'll start throwing up some of my ornaments, especially the ones that can be kind of used for Halloween trees, which I've seen as a new trend. I have the majority of my ornaments and stuff listed by the end of September, and anything else that's left or any new product I make will come out in October. For my shop, that seems to be a good time frame. I still get a lot of early holiday sales, and if you get your merch listed early, even if it's not really selling as much yet, it will get found in the algorithm and it might end up getting saved, and those people might come back and you'll make some future sales. If you wait until October to list your Halloween merchandise, well, you'll get the late shoppers, but you won't get the early bird people, and you won't get people saving your merchandise and discovering it. So get your listings up early. Tip number 3 is one that I kind of learned the hard way, is start making your stuff early. If you're a handmade business and you actually physically make your product, make your stuff early. I would always wait till August, September, and it's October to really start making some of the ornaments and the holiday stuff. And I definitely did not do it anywhere near as well. The one year I actually totally sold out of my tarot ornaments, and I definitely lost sales because of it. I had really good momentum. The listing was performing super well. It was getting found in the algorithm, but because I didn't have enough, it took me too long to keep restocking it. So I definitely missed out on sales. So to really capitalize on your sales, make sure you have enough of your products, especially ones that have done well in the past. Make sure you have a decent stock of them. If your sales are as good as last year or hopefully better, that you can cover that. Tip number 4 is a bit of an obvious one, but some people don't think of it. And I know it's not something I thought of until more recently as my shop started getting busier. Keep your packing supplies stocked. I always thought I had a decent stockpile of packing supplies, but I realized I don't keep enough stocked that if my entire shop sold out, I have enough packing supplies to ship it. So when I was starting to sell through a lot of ornaments, I kept making more ornaments, I ran out of shipping supplies. I ran out of boxes. I ran out of jewelry boxes. I ran out of thank you cards, literally everything. And now I print my own thank you cards, business cards, jewelry backers, everything, all the care cards. So that means I'd have to stop what I was doing, go print some more cards, cut them out, slows down your entire production process. So lesson learned. Keep extra shipping supplies on hand, especially stuff that you have to order. So I always keep extra jewelry boxes, regular boxes, poly mailers, and even some extra bubble wrap. But since I order so much stuff, I always have bubble wrap I can recycle. But yeah, that is one that is super important, because if you run out, then it just slows your entire process down, especially if you run out of shipping boxes and you have nothing else you can substitute for it. Tip number 5 is to refresh your listings. You created your listing. Sometimes it might have been a year ago, 2-3 years ago, especially if it's a good selling product that's been on there for a while. while. And if it's doing well, you don't want to mess with it too much. But sometimes refreshing the pictures, especially if they're taken with an older camera and they're maybe not quite as sharp or as bright, would probably help your listing a lot. And if you have listings that aren't doing so well, then definitely you should be refreshing them. So what I would recommend is to take, 5 to 10 listings per week and try to go through them and refresh them. And you want to start with the lowest performing ones and go from there. Check your SEO. So that's your search engine optimization. Make sure you have the right keywords in there, that they're still relevant, especially if you had used maybe trending keywords in the past. And make sure, your description, your titles, everything is spot on. Sometimes a little update might be what helps that listing go from kind of an inactive sit in there in your shop to something that actually drives sales. Tip number 6 is set up your sales in your bundles early. You don't want to be going last second and trying to go through Etsy's sales tools and trying to set all your sales for the holidays. I always do that very early, usually around September. I kind of have all the dates picked out for all the sales that I want to run, and I do usually follow Etsy's recommendations for whatever sales they want us to run. I seem to rank a little bit higher in the algorithm when I do that. I've also noticed there's different sales tools that Etsy gives us now, things like setting up bundles and different discount codes, abandoned carts, all kinds of different things that you definitely want to make sure you have them set up, because it gives you just that little bit extra chance of making more sales and maybe bringing a shopper back. If you haven't set that up yet, I do recommend that you do. And tip number 7 is something new I've just kind of heard this year, and I think I'm going to try and do it. Decorate your Etsy shop for the holidays. I have seen this before. I just never really thought to implement it in my own shop. And that's where people take their Etsy shop banners and their logos and kind of decorate them for the holidays, add some little holiday flair. You can probably do that super easily using Canva if you're not very artsy. And things like also taking your listings, use different kinds of seasonal props and stuff. So for my ornament ones, I have them decorated as if they're for like Yule or Christmas time. And that definitely seems to have helped sales, especially since I had redone the photos for all those listings. The ornaments have done so much better. I hope this video has helped you out. It's just a couple quick tips for finding a little bit more success in your Etsy holiday sales. This is going to be an interesting year for all of us. Sales have definitely been all over the place, but from the trends and news and reports that I've been seeing, it seems like the holiday shoppers are kind of out more on Etsy. There's a lot more handmade people on Etsy, so hopefully we will all have a great holiday season. If you have any of your own holiday tips, please throw them down in the comments below, and I'm sure others could benefit from all your tips too. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, click the subscribe, and ring the notification bell. And I'll see you at the next one.